I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's get back to the Death Row Chronicles. Now, the boy Reggie sat there and told us he don't know Rafael Perez. He don't know David Mack. Suge don't know them, or he would know this, that, and other. Right? Well, I prove to y'all Suge know these mother effers. Right? Not only did Suge know them, C Style, the bodyguard for Death Row, he also know them and said they was around them. Trady from the East Siders, he seen them around. They was around. Joe Cool. So you got Joe Cool, Suge Knight, oh, and Jimmy Iovine. Joe Cool, C Style, Jimmy Iovine, Suge Knight. Who am I leaving out? Joe Cool, C Style, Jimmy Iovine. Joe Cool, C Style, Jimmy Iovine, Suge Knight, and Trady. 5 witnesses, right? That contest that these guys was around Death Row. Reggie is the only person that's out here lying about it, right? And why is he lying? But for him to not know these people, he seemed to keep defending them, right? He keeps seeming to defend them. Shout out to Justice for Pop and Big, right? Let me show y'all something here under fair use, right? I just got to read my copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, personal use, tip the balance in favor of fair use. Right? Now, I can tell me and this person is on the same page. Right? We are definitely on the same page. I think a lot of us here on this channel is on the same page. But let me show y'all some very interesting things. Watch this.
You think that Suge Knight was the target?
Oh, Lord.
So you think that Suge Knight was the target?
Death Row Records at the time was worth $500 million.
So if they throw out the Suge Knight and the assets of Death Row Records, who would gain from that?
At the time, David Kenner was running Death Row Records, so he would continue to run Death Row Records. He's also a criminal defense attorney. And then you have Reggie Wright Jr., who's running security for Death Row Records. And Sharitha, Suge's wife, is estranged from him.
And then Perez was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reggie was good friends, and Perez and Sharitha and Reggie is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
I went to a party on election night in Baldwin Hills with some friends of mine and was having a good time, and I got tapped on the shoulder by a young woman who wanted to hear about the Tupac and Biggie murders and what I knew about the Tupac and Biggie murders. We sat down and started having a conversation. About 30 minutes into the conversation, she said, "My father is former LAPD." And I looked at her age and thought, oh, this can't be good. And I thought, okay, who's your father? and she said her father was Rafael Perez. At that point, I kind of changed my tactic. I started continuing to tell her everything that I know about the Tupac and Biggie murders, but I also started getting information from her. I said, "What does your father say?" Well, her father said he was involved in the Tupac and Biggie murders.
Did you carry your gun with you when you were in Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that anybody else who might have been trying to get what Suge had might have had something to do with it? This rumor that Tupac wasn't the target, but it was Suge who was the target.
Well, that's crazy.
We on the outside looking in. You have inside knowledge as to why this wouldn't hold water.
Well, number one, if you're trying to kill Suge, well, you got to kill him on a strip of Las Vegas on the night of Mike Tyson fight.
But wouldn't that be a better alibi if it's on the strip and you can try to point to somebody else to say, this is the reason why? And I'm just, you've heard the rumor, so I want you to vindicate yourself while the world is watching.
Vindicate yourself.
To even think or believe it myself. And I'll stop there.
The relationship between Suge and Sharitha was
Y'all see he stopped, right?
a relationship. She was not one that would allow herself to get mistreated.
She was the only person that I ever knew of any of Suge's women that talked back to him. I found her to be, I don't know, mean.
And I don't think she was that happy of a wife.
She and Suge were living apart.
Oh.
She had her thing going. He had plenty of things going.
Right.
And I think it was because of his activity that she decided to step out of her.
Tupac.
I believe Orlando Anderson killed Tupac.
She lying.
Are Sharitha and Reggie Wright Jr. telling the truth? And so we walked up to the outlaws. They was, sad, going crazy. And then Gaddafi came up to me and Gaddafi said, "Low." I said, "What happened?" Gaddafi said, "Low, it was a white Cadillac." And he said, "Man, it was a light-skinned dude, looked something like you." Low stuck his hand out the window, started busting. This is what Gaddafi told me. It was a light-skinned dude, looked something like you, Low. It was a light-skinned dude, looked something like you, Low. It was a light-skinned dude, looked something like you, Low. Stuck his hand out the window, started busting. This is what Gaddafi told me.
Who he look like? Who he look like? I need to put this. I need to put this on the screen. Now, hold on. Because I got Gaddafi statement. Hold on. I actually got everybody's statement from that night. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Let's get to it. Oh, buddy, you just got a matter of time, brother. You just got a matter of time. Here goes this Gaddafi statement right here. Wait, where's the top page at? I think this is him right here, right? Fula. That's his name, right? Could you tell which arm was, can you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about his car you can tell me that's going to help us out at all? No, besides it was a caddy, white. Would you be able to recognize anybody that was in the car? The driver. Driver? You got a close enough look at him? Was it about him? What was it about him that you recall? Brown skin, light skin, but not my light, not as light as me. Okay. Did he have any facial hair? Yeah. What? A little bit, a little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. You know what? Before I go further, did y'all just hear Reggie say he had a gun? Didn't y'all hear Reggie say he had a gun, but he told everybody else not to have a gun, right? Because they needed to get the license. Reggie just said he had a gun. I'm going to play that back in a minute. I'm going to put it on the screen, right? All right. Brown skin, light skin, but not my light. Not as light as me. Okay. Did he have any facial hair? Yeah. What? A little bit. A little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. He wasn't wearing a cap. Wait, a little bit. A little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. He was wearing a cap. What kind of cap? A white hat. Now that's something that Keefy D never said, y'all. Keefy D never said that. A baseball cap? Yeah. Could you tell what kind of shirt he was wearing? Uh-huh. Was he wearing glasses? No. Is there anything else about this guy that's distinguishable? No. Besides, he looked like a bitch. I'm sorry. He looked like a bitch. Why do you say that? Because he looks soft in the face. Anything else you can think about this guy? Nope. Nothing else. Is there anything else you can add to the statement? No. This statement is concluded. Same date, 2:30 a.m. Same people present. I read this statement consisting of 8 pages and affirm to the truth and accuracy of the facts contained herein. This voluntary statement was completed at Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard, South, on the 8th day of September, 1996 at 2300 hours. That's the day Pac got shot, right? His pages was 8 pages. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so his page started here. Yafula, Yafula. So there was just one gun as far as you could tell. Yeah. Could you tell what kind of gun it was? No. Could you tell what color it was? Black. You couldn't tell if it was a revolver or automatic? An automatic. Automatic? You're certain of that? Uh-huh. What makes you certain of that? Because I seen it. And you think it was the driver shooting? Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out of the window, out of the front window. Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out the front window. Could you see the arm of the shooter? Look dark. When you say dark skin, or when you say dark skin, or what? Yeah, dark skin. Okay. It wasn't a fair skin. Huh? Could you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about this card? Yeah, I read all that. Now, let me go. Yeah, I got all these. These are all mixed up. I don't have them in the proper order the way I just pulled them up. But let's see. All right. Who is this? The following witness declined to give a statement to Detective Franks. Ingrid John, she didn't want to give a statement. Will only say she heard several gunshots. The other girl, Tanisha, who is this? This girl name is Lauren. Third, use third person, include what? Oh, okay, that ain't got shit. All right, statement from Lauren. This is page 2. Let me see if I can find page 1. Page 2. Shalane, page 3. Ingrid, page 2. Ingrid, page 3. I got all these statements. See, and this one is Yafula, page 2. Page 3. This is page 4. Gaddafi. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna read them all. They might be out of sequence, and I'm not gonna make y'all sit here while I put them in sequence. So I'm just gonna read through all of them, and just know that they out of order. All right, page 2 for Lauren, witness. Related that on Friday, 9/6/96, she went to Las Vegas with her friends Shalane, Ingrid, Tanisha. They traveled to Las Vegas in a rented convertible Chrysler Green. On Friday night, they stayed at the Luxor Hotel. Now, that's the hotel that Pac stayed in. On Saturday, they went to the mall where they ate lunch. That afternoon, they moved to another hotel, but cannot remember the name. Their plan on Saturday night was to go to the MGM, but not to attend the Tyson fight. Blank recalled that they arrived at the MGM during or right after the fight due to heavy traffic congestion. While at the MGM, the four stayed together. They walked around the casino where they ran into some friends. After leaving the MGM, it was their plan to attend one of the several after parties. They walked to their car where Hart sat in the back on the driver's side. Initially, Shalane, the driver, wanted to go to another hotel and find a friend. Hart recalled that they argue amongst themselves about where to go. Witness first saw Suge Knight on the strip, and the girls agreed to follow them to 662 Club. According to Blank, you see they retracted the name out. They blacked these people's name out. According to Blank, they had turned onto a side street and stopped at a red light. Shalane and Ingrid were going to switch seats when they heard pow, pow in the series. At first, she thought firecrackers, but realized it was gunfire. They dug down, or Blank dug down, and it seemed like the shots were going over her head as the convertible top was down. Shalane drove off, almost hitting a white car, which Blank thought was a Lincoln Continental. The white car, which was on their right passenger side, swerved to avoid hitting them. The witness, Blank, stated that the white car was to their right and in front of them, so she was able to see the car was possibly a rental. Blank thinks the shooting came from the driver's side of the white car and that there was 4 occupants. As Shalane turned right onto a side street, the white car sped past on the left at a high rate of speed. Witness Blake assumed that the occupants of the white car were black or dark-skinned. After the incident, Shalane stopped the car. Ingrid took over driving. Blake wanted to return to the hotel, but first they drove back to where the shooting occurred. They talked to the police, and Shalane told the police they were witnesses. It was when they returned that they learned that Suge and Tupac were the victims. And that's from this Shalane's statement form. This Shalane, page 2. And she says 9/6/96. She along with her friends. Wait. So Gaddafi gave his statement 2 days later, because they said September 8th. He gave his statement. So she, along with her friend Ingrid, Doobie, Tanisha, and Lauren, drove to Las Vegas, Nevada in a rented Sebring, green in color. The girls planned on attending the Mike Tyson fight, which was scheduled for Saturday night, 9/7/96. Oh, okay. All right. So Gaddafi got interviewed that same night because the fight was 9/7. Then he got interviewed at 2:30 in the morning. That would make it 9/8. So that was all the same night. All right. Witness, along with her friends, arrived in Vegas when they checked into the Luxor Hotel. According to Blank, Friday night was uneventful and they remained at the hotel. On Saturday morning, Blank contacted her boyfriend since breaking up, Sidney Blank, a male, black, 29 years, Cleveland, Ohio, who was to help with the hotel payment. They argue over money after which Blank, her friends checked out of the Luxor. While checking out, T, Blank and her friends met some other men and decided to go to lunch. According to Blank, about 20 people went to lunch at the Planet Hollywood restaurant. Following the lunch, they shopped on the strip before checking into the Rio. Blank has not seen these men since. That evening, Blank and her friends got dressed and drove to the MGM. Upon arrival, the Tyson fight was going on and had just ended. The 4 stayed together and went to Betty Boop Lounge. After leaving the MGM, Blank planned to meet up with another friend, Stanley, at the Flamingo, then go to the party at Sharks nightclub. They walked over to their car, which was parked across from the MGM. Blake indicated that she was driving from a side street and was talking on the cell phone. The traffic was extremely heavy. As she got to the strip near the Luxor, her friend Lauren saw Suge Knight. Blake looked and saw Suge Knight and Tupac standing next to the car. There were police checking Suge's car. Suge asked the girls to follow them to 662 Club. This is what I was telling y'all about. That a lot of people leave out. Through these statements, you see that police pulled Suge and Pac over, right? Right before they got shot. So they searched their car to make sure they ain't had no guns. And then as they pull up to the light, the motherfucking, here come the hit, right? There were police checking Suge's car. Suge asked the girls to follow them to 662 Club. Blank stated she began to follow Suge's car. As she followed, a dark-colored Lexus pulled up and told Blank to let them into the caravan. Turner assumed that they were security. Blank stated she began to follow Suge's car. As she followed, a dark-colored Lexus pulled up. I wonder if that was low MB in them. As she followed, the dark-colored Lexus pulled up and told Blank to let them into the caravan. Blank assumed they were security. Blank stated the caravan made a turn onto a side street because they were driving slow. Because they were driving slow. They decided to pass up the caravan and drive on the 662 Club. They came to a red light and stopped. No, they came to a red stoplight. Doobie, Ingrid, Blank wanted to drive. So Blank put the car in park and was preparing to switch places when Doobie in the right front, according to Blank, she was stopped second car back behind a van in the center of the 3 lanes. The car containing Suge was stopped to their left in the center lane and behind them. As Blank prepared to switch seats, she heard the gunshots from behind her. She ducked while Doobie yelled at her to drive. Doobie reached over and put the car in drive. Blank recalls accelerating and turning right. As she drove, Blank saw a white Cadillac behind her also turn right onto the same street. Blank thought the occupants of the white Cadillac may have been shooting from the sides of the car. As the white Cadillac sped past, Blank could see the front seat passenger, which would be Keefe D. If it was Keefe D, could see the front seat passenger leaning to his right, looking back towards the area of Suge's car. This person had a gun in his left hand and was shooting back towards the intersection. Wouldn't that be Keefe D if Keefe D was in the car? Because Keefe D said he was in the shotgun. He was riding in the passenger side. This person had a gun in his left hand and shooting backwards towards the intersection. Remember, they said Buntry car got shot up. Niggas shot back at Buntry. Remember that, right? Blank could not determine what type of gun it was, but she reported hearing metal bounce off of the pavement. The white Cadillac drove past them on the driver's side at a high rate and sped and continued straight. Now, didn't Keefe D tell us some niggas shot out they fucking windshield? Y'all remember that Keefe D telling the story? That the girls started following them and they shot their windshield out? These girls don't never say their car got shot. After the white Cadillac passed, Blank looked back and saw a male black, 6'4" to 6'5", muscular, wearing all black clothes. This individual was standing adjacent to Suge's car and was waving a handgun. Blank is unsure if this person shot. Following the shooting, Blank and her friends drove around the block and returned to the scene where she was told arriving police that they had witnessed the shooting. Blank stated that she saw only 2 people in the white Cadillac. Now, some people seen 4 people, some people seen 2 people. Blake stated that she saw only 2 people in the white Cadillac, although there may have been additional occupants crouching down in the back seat. Witness Blank described the white Cadillac as a 4-door late model, nice. The windows were not tinted. Turner felt the Cadillac had Nevada rare license plates. with possible numbers 647. And these niggas talking about they rented the fucking car in Compton. Which don't mean that because, you know, rental car places have all kinds of states from different places. But whatever. The windows were not tinted. Turner felt the Cadillac had Nevada rear license plates with the possible number 647. The person blank saw seated right front passenger was described as a male black, light brown skin, short hair, cut low, in his 20s, possible late 20s. Witness blank indicated that her friend Tanisha blank saw one of the men in the Cadillac and could possibly make identification. Why didn't these motherfuckers get a composite sketch of the shooter that night from these girls? Keefy D is not light brown skin, y'all. If he was the passenger, he is not light skinned, bro. The person blank saw seated right front passenger was described as a male, black, light-skinned, brown-skinned, short hair, cut low, in his 20s, possible late 20s. We all was 20 back then. Witness blank indicated that her friend Tanisha blank saw one of the men in a white Cadillac and could possibly make the identification. Now there's Ingrid. Witness blank stated that on 9/6/96, she accompanied her friends Shalane, Tanisha, and Lauren to Las Vegas. They traveled in a rented convertible Sebring. Blank indicated that on Friday night, they stayed at the Luxor Hotel. Blank did some gambling, but the girls had a quiet evening. On Saturday, the girls awoke, dressed, and went to a mall where they ate at the Planet Hollywood restaurant. They ate with about 20 people they had met earlier at the Luxor. According to Blank, her friend Shalane had an argument with her boyfriend, and the girls switched from the Luxor to the Rio. Their room at the Rio was in Shalane's name and was comped. According to Blank, they had planned to go to the fight at the MGM that night, but by the time they had dressed and driven to the MGM, the fight was over. Blank indicated that the girls walked around and Blank indicated that the girls walked around and tried, due to the large crowd, to stay together. Upon leaving the MGM, their plan was to go to the Flamingo Hotel and find Shalane's friend Stanley so Shalane could get some money. After that, they wanted to attend a fight after party at Shark's Restaurant. As they drove from their parking lot across from the MGM onto the Strip, one of the girls saw Suge and stopped in the middle of the Strip being harassed by police. One of the girls saw Suge stopped in the middle of the Strip being harassed by police. Blank stated she didn't recognize Suge. She had met him once at a club in LA in 1992 at first. She didn't recognize Suge at first, but she had met him at a club in LA in 1992. They passed Suge's car in traffic. Then Suge's car caught up to them. Lauren told Shalane, "Stop, let me talk to Suge." They talked about going to Suge's club 662, and Suge told them to get behind us. Blank indicated that she argued with Shalane about where they were going, but Shalane joined the caravan following Suge. They made a turn onto a side street. Where Ingrid told Shalane that she was driving too slow. They came to a red light and stopped. Suge's car was to their left and about one car behind. According to Ingrid, Shalane had put the car in park and they were preparing to switch places when she heard the shooting behind them. Ingrid ducked and yelled at Shalane, "Drive off, drive." According to Ingrid, Shalane had put the car in park and they were preparing to switch places where she heard the shooting behind them. Ingrid ducked and yelled at Shalane, "Drive off, drive off." Ingrid reached over and put the car in drive. Then Shalane turned to the right and accelerated from the intersection. According to Ingrid, Shalane almost hit a white car as she was making the turn. Ingrid claims that she was ducking and only saw a small portion of the white car and could not determine the make or number of the occupants. After they made the turn, she saw the white car speeding straight away from them. Again, she claimed that she was unable to determine the make or model of the car. Ingrid estimated hearing about 20 gunshots during the incident. Ingrid recalled that Tanisha was seated in the back, did not put her head down, and possibly saw more of the incident. Ingrid had recently spent time with Tanisha, who is now living in Atlanta, Georgia. Ingrid is also moving to Georgia in the near future. Okay, so now this is Fuller's statement. This is Gaddafi, right? Why they got this nigga address up here? They fucking detracted everybody else's address. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put my phone back on the charger. Shit died. Okay, Mr. Fuller, are you related to Mr. Shakur? Yes. Okay, what's your relation to him? Brother. He is your brother? Yes. Okay, have you been with him all day? Yes. Were you at the fight with him? What fight? The MGM. The Tyson fight? Right. Yeah. Okay, at any time, was there any problem with your group? Anybody come up and give you guys a hard time? No. No fights involved in your group? Not? No. No. Except for autographs and shit, but that's regular. Well, that's normal stuff though? Yeah. Has your brother received any threats recently? No. Do you have any idea why someone wanted to do this? Jealousy. That's it? That's all I could think of. Okay, when you guys left the MGM, where did you go to get dressed? Okay, at your hotel? Suge's house. Suge's house? Is that somewhere here in Vegas? In Las Vegas? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. And how many people in your group went to his house? I can't count. A couple of cars. Okay. And once you got dressed, where did you go? On our way to the club. Which club was that? 662. Is that what brought you up here on Las Vegas Boulevard? Yeah. And when you got to the Flamingo, what did you guys do? Stopped at the corner and they started shooting. Okay, you talking about back at Flamingo and Covo? I don't know, whatever street that is down there. Were you in the car with Mr. Alexander and the other two gentlemen? Yeah. Okay. And where was your car in comparison to your brothers and backing him? Were you guys stopped at a light? Is that why you were stopped? Yeah. What kind of vehicle was the suspect in? A white caddy. Do you have any idea what year it was? Uh-huh. It was the newer one. It was the new, was it? Uh-huh. Was it a newer or older one? A newer one. Could you tell if it was a two-door or a four-door? I'm not sure. But you sure it was white and that it was a newer one? I think it was a four-door. Could you tell if it had tinted windows? No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think was in the car? 4. You pretty certain of that? Yeah. Could you tell? Black, white, Mexican, black. Could you tell about any hairstyles or any of them? I'm not sure. But you sure it's white and that it's a newer one? I think it was a 4-door. Could you tell if it had tinted windows? I think I had that fight. No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think 4? How many? No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think were in the car? 4. You pretty certain of that? Yeah. Could you tell if they was white, black, Mexican, black? That's the same one. No. Did you see anything? Did they say anything as they pulled up? No. What happened when they pulled up alongside your brother's car? They pulled up and started shooting. I seen the gun and I heard shots. Okay, where did you see the gun at? Out the window. Which window? Front or back? It's hard to tell. I believe it was the front though. The driver's window? So there was just one gun as far as you could tell. Yeah. Could you tell what kind of gun it was? No. Could you tell what color it was? Black. You couldn't tell if it was a revolver or you couldn't tell if it was a revolver or automatic automatic. You're certain of that. Uh-huh. What makes you certain of that? Because I seen it. And you think it was the driver shooting? Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out the front window. Could you see the arm of the shooter? It looked dark. You say dark skin or yeah, dark skinned. Okay. It wasn't a fair skin. Huh? What is that? Huh? Could you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about his car you could tell me about that's going to help us out at all? No, besides that it was a white caddy. Besides it was a caddy, white. Would you be able to recognize anybody that was in the car? The driver. The driver? You got a close enough look at him? What was it about him that you recall? Brown skin, light skin, but not my light, not as light as me. Okay. Did he have facial hair? Yeah. What? A little bit, a little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. Oh shit, he was wearing a cap. What kind of cap? A white cap. That's the same thing the girl said, bro. So that's consistent. Whoever did it was light skinned with a hat on. Orlando Ann said they ain't had no motherfucking hat on at that MGM. A baseball cap, yeah. Could you tell what kind of shirt he was wearing? Was he wearing glasses? No. Is there anything else about this guy that's distinguished you? No, besides he looked like a bitch. I'm sorry? He looked like a bitch. Why'd you say that? Because he looks soft in the face. Anything else you can think about this guy? Nope, nothing else. Is there anything else you can add to this statement? No. This statement is concluded. You know how I just realized, though? Gaddafi knew what Orlando Anderson looked like. They just fucked him up. He know what Orlando looked like. And wasn't Trayvon in the car with him too? Gaddafi would have known if it was Orlando. He'd have been like, yo, that's the nigga we just fucked up. If he seen him and he said he looked like a bitch and he light-skinned, he said, that's not Orlando, bro. This is why somebody probably killed him, because he got to identify the killer. That's all they statements. I let y'all read all these statements. Y'all seen it. That's the original court documents. I mean, police statements. You know me, I ain't gonna come up here with no cap. I'm gonna bring you the receipts. Now let's go back to this. Like I said, we still under fair use here. Let's go back to this.
You think that Suge Knight was the target?
Death Row Records at the time was worth $500 million.
So if they go after Suge Knight and the assets of Death Row Records, who would gain from that?
At the time, David Kenner was running Death Row Records, so he would continue to run Death Row Records. He's also a criminal defense attorney. And then you have Reggie Wright Jr., who's running security for Death Row Records. And Sharitha, Suge's wife, is estranged from him.
And then Perez was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reggie was good friends, and Perez and Sarita and Reggie's great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
I went to a party on election night in Baldwin Hills with some friends of mine and was having a good time, and I got tapped on the shoulder by a young woman who wanted to hear about the Tupac and Biggie murders and what I knew about the Tupac and Biggie murders. We sat down and started having a conversation. About 30 minutes into the conversation, she said, my father is former LAPD. And I looked at her age and thought, oh, this can't be good. And I thought, okay, who's your father? And she said her father was Rafael Perez. At that point, I kind of changed my tactic. I started continuing to tell her everything that I know about the Tupac and Biggie murders. But I also started getting information from her. I said, what does your father say? Well, her father said he was involved in the Tupac and Biggie murders.
Why the hell
They
no?
walked up to the outlaws. They was, when sad going crazy, and then Gaddafi came up to me, and Gaddafi said, "Low." I said, "What happened?" Gaddafi said, "Low, it was a white Cadillac." And he said, "Man, it was a light-skinned dude, looked something like you." Low stuck his hand out the window, started busting. This is what Gaddafi told me. It was a light-skinned dude look something like you, Lo. It was a light-skinned dude look something like you, Lo. It was a light-skinned dude look something like you, Lo. Stuck his head out the window, started busting. This is what Gaddafi told me.
We just went through that statement. Y'all got to see all that. No light skin dude. Look at this, y'all. Look who was in Vegas tonight. Pac got killed. Sharita, her boyfriend, Kevin Gaines.
That are, involved in things like murders. And, two of those cops were on special assignment. One of them was Kevin Gaines and was in Las Vegas from 2 days before Tupac was shot until 2 days after Tupac died. And if that was proven that it was LAPD involved in that murder, that would also make LAPD, City of Los Angeles, liable for Tupac's death. And that is a whole new set of cash that these guys would have to pay out to Tupac's estate. And so there was really no appetite for LAPD to, want the truth to come to light if it implicated their police officers, especially when you have Rafael Perez kicking the shell casings at the Biggie murder while he's on duty. I mean, they got him cold. They know he was involved in that murder. And so you're looking at, in today's dollars, perhaps as much as $1 billion in Biggie's death, that he would have, his lifetime earnings plus triple punitive damages. And if you add Tupac, now you're looking at $8 billion for the city of Los Angeles. And then there were all kinds of ancillary things that were going on with Death Row Records, including the murder of Kelly Jamerson and, Bruce Richardson and a bunch of other people that might bubble up. And you might find that there are people coming out of the woodwork to sue the city of Los Angeles and LAPD. So they really wanted to put a lid on this. And that's why they did the whole cover-up. That's why you got Kading coming to cover this thing up. Let's blame it on Poochie. Let's blame the Tupac murder on Orlando Anderson, because it just costs too much money to tell the truth.
What y'all think? What you think? If they found out that fucking Rafael Perez and them allegedly killed Pac and Big, yo, after they already, you know how much money they paid out for Rafael Perez, for these other families? Hundreds of thousands for when the Rampart joint. Now, why you think Reggie's saying that he don't know them? Why y'all think Reggie saying he don't know these cops? He never met them. Suge don't know him, this, that, and other. Because who the fuck it linked back to? We know for a fact that these guys was affiliated with Death Row. There's no question. No matter what the fuck Sharita say, we heard it from Jimmy Iovine. We heard it from Trey D. You know what? Let me pull these shits back up. Let's pull them back up. Hold on, where is that? Damn, is it this one? Oh shit, they got a new Saw movie coming. Hold on, is this it? We still under fair use here, y'all. We still under fair use. You see the copyright disclaimer up the top. Now, Sharita said these cops wasn't at Death Row, right? Reggie said they wasn't, right? Here's my first witness.
There's plenty of criminals who have badges.
Oh, most
you
definitely.
know, like honestly, around Death Row, a bunch of the cops, man, wasn't there a bunch of affiliated Death Row cops that ended up getting indicted?
Allegedly affiliated, you
like
know,
David Mack and all those guys.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those guys around Death Row?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him. You know, I didn't fuck with him because you know that, you know, I got my pistol on me, or you know, my little Uzi or something. I'm pushing around, making sure me and my boys was straight. I really wasn't. You know, I was trying to slide around the police.
Right. So you saw those guys hanging out at Death Row.
Yeah, I saw them there a few times. They used to let us in the lobby at Can-Am sometimes. They would be sitting out in the lobby at Can-Am.
Doing security?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just out of curiosity, who do y'all believe? Reggie and Sharita or Trey D? Who y'all believe? Let me get him off a phone. Who y'all believe?
Yes. Officer Perez, he was friends with Suge. I've seen him up there several times. Several times. And he was friends with Suge. I seen him in uniform and out of uniform. And when he out of uniform, he try to look like he cool and shit. He wear the accents of red, like try to fit in and shit. I'm like, oh, that's what the police do. But I never knew that he was the part of that Rampart division shit until I seen him. Like, out of all the police in the world that I remember him from being up at Death Row. And then there's another one, the one that they said killed Biggie, right? David Mack. He used to be up there too. I don't know if he did this, but the one that they had on the news, he was there a lot. Reggie, what are you talking about, Reggie?
Hold on, y'all. That's hold on. Trady, Joe Cool, right? You heard Suge Knight say it, right? 3 witnesses. Here's your 4th witness. Why is Reggie lying?
Especially weak is that even Police Chief Bernard Parks himself said they worked for Death Row.
We know that David Mack and Rafael Perez both work security in this rap culture as it relates to some of these artists. But we've had the Death Row Records, but we have no information, nor has any information come forward that would cause.
Once again, the chief of police know that they work for Death Row.
Things in that order, right? So any other. Yeah, I seen it. I seen David Mack plenty of time.
C-Style, another witness.
David Mack plenty of time. They had to come to the party because, never knew when it was going to jump off. Hung out with them, been in the room with them, been around them, ever since they've been around, I was around. I saw all them guys. Who was the other one? Rafael Perez. Rafael Perez, seen him too. All of it. Like I said, shit, it wasn't no different from us. Only thing they had badges, we didn't. So we might be somewhere, go like this. We get into it with whoever we get into it with, and when the police rush us, our police rush them. That's how it went.
There go your another witness. So now you got C-Style, Joe Cool, the chief of police, Suge Knight, Trady. Am I forgetting somebody? Am I forgetting somebody? Now, we still under fair use here. We still under fair use. I'm just letting y'all know we still under fair use. There go the copyright disclaimer. We still under fair use, right? Tell me who's lying, y'all.
Sammy Martin, and you didn't know about it between 94 and 96? Shit would have told me. And 2, the main thing is, these are allegedly Kevin Gaines' friends. Number 1, I can sit there and honestly say that Rafael Perez and David Mack has never worked for myself or Death Row Records prior to 1994. After 1994. Prior to 1994, I can't say because I wasn't around. I'll just say that for now on. David Mack was apparently a charismatic and social guy. So many people at Death Row remember him.
I knew David very well. I was actually quite shocked when I saw David and he was an LAPD.
Oh, they come off a witness. Layla.
And he came with me to the video shoot when we were doing Mac Mall and Rayla's video shoot. and Tupac was directing, and he wanted to be connected because he wanted to do off-duty work for rap artists. And I brought him to that video shoot, and a little later, I found out he was working with all the rappers I knew off-duty, and a lot of other cops that I knew.
Layla isn't the only one who remembers.
Layla, Suge Knight, C-Style, Joe Cool, the Chief of Police, Jimmy Iovine. Oh, I forgot. Hold on, let me get my Jimmy Iovine receipt. So I gave you Layla, one witness, Suge Knight, two. All I really need is Suge Knight. You don't need no more witnesses other than Suge Knight. But you got Layla Steinberg, Suge Knight, Suge Marion Knight, C-Style, Joe Cool, Trey D, the Chief of Police. That's 6 witnesses that these motherfuckers worked up in. Here go number 7.
What happened? I insisted they get real police because I didn't want to. I said, I just can't do this anymore. You know, this is crazy. I come to the studio and there's all these guys and it doesn't feel like, you know. So next time I go, there's real police, right? Way after it ends, I found out they were Rampart guys.
Seven witnesses, right? Do y'all need any more convincing that this motherfucker is lying? And if he's lying, why is he lying? Why is he defending these cops? Huh? 7 witnesses. 7 witnesses. Sharitha Knight is another witness because she said that Kevin Gaines worked for Suge. I mean, worked for Snoop off duty. Just because them niggas ain't get a check from Death Row don't mean they didn't work for Death Row. Niggas can get paid cash off the books all the time. I know a bunch of motherfucking Mexicans that working in a bunch of stores right now that don't get no motherfucking that file no taxes, that don't pay no taxes, don't file no income taxes, that worked in stores for years. They worked in these stores for years and they never fucking got a check from the company because they working off the books. So of course they can say if the owner of the let's say a pizza shop and he got a Mexican dude working there, and they say, "Oh man, we hearing that you got a Mexican. Hey, he ain't no working here. He ain't working here. Check my books. Check my bank account. Check it. He ain't working here because they got to save their business." Ain't no goddamn different from this. So you telling me Jimmy Iovine's lying? You telling me Trady is lying? C-Style is lying. Joe Cool's lying. Layla's lying. Like, oh, for what? What reason do these people got to lie and make up like they know these fucking cops or they seen them around Death Row? Why would they make it up? Please tell me why. Do they got a reason to lie and say these motherfuckers was there? In contrast to Reggie lying and allegedly lying and saying that they wasn't there? If y'all don't believe at this point that this dude is lying and y'all sitting around supporting some fake ass Tupac channel and niggas done allegedly took these niggas out, him and Big and Suge, y'all are slow. Y'all are slow. This nigga done spun y'all to believe in some bullshit that ain't true. First, Pac didn't fire him. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Pac did fire me, but, you know, he just did that to get at Suge. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to wake up. Niggas trying to throw y'all over on KVD and throw the sin off. Nah, Jack. Gray Caden wrote a false, fake confession for Poochie. That whole shit is out the window. That shit is discreditable. We know who the fuck was at that Peterson Museum. We know who was at that Peterson Museum kicking fucking shells while on duty. Pay attention, man. Pay attention. Niggas is out here lying. Choke, no joke. Catch y'all tomorrow in the morning walk. See y'all in the AM. Niggas fired.
Stay the hell. Don't follow those cats. Choke, no joke. You already know. Let's go out the gray, go. Now I'm out the game. Feel good not pitching in the hood. And I really don't think I could go back to selling crack and stashing them packs in my ass. I maintain weekly money the same. And nah, I don't go through them games. Niggas testing my brain with them triple beams filled with change. Pot crack, grams in the drain. Get hit with the fake exchange. Like baking soda flour after being on Broadway for hours. Getting knocked, being back at start. Niggas testing if I got heart. Pushing me to pop some shots. Just stop the ball before the start. Old lady with the binocs. Give description to cops. Why they try to tear us apart with that good cop, bad cop. I ain't going for the game, he ain't tell you a thing. Your partners with them saying the same. You can tighten them cuffs till you see veins. Stop fucking yanking them down. They might fuck you if you ain't sane. And nigga never sniff cocaine. And I don't care what game or part of the area you claim. Gray Scarface, you must be insane. Nigga, Tony fucked the boy's name. His right hand man, he's slaying to get his back blown out the game. Do it on the low, let nobody know. No pillow talk to home. And if he step on your toes, don't bust a blame. Cause everybody will know. Or get out the game. They say that change is good. It's a lot of stress in the hood. And I know if you could, you would. Get out the game, but you stuck in that time. Where the nigga public like shine. For a witness to drop a dime. For self-defense, do or die. Celebs doing time. Mike Vick on the child line. Even Kobe, Jason Williams, Gage, kick like Shinobi. Little Kim for perjury. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? Let's go. When it's late night, make sure it's packed tight. And when you take those flights, never eye the Jake in sight. And shake them fuckers when they dead to right. Making a fifth go rumble. Because of stick of trouble. Blasting your gap for a cat. For in fact, for some crap that don't involve you. For some dudes that don't love you. All they wanna do is pawn you. Until you go down. And don't do shit for you when you lock down. Or even when you touch down. but to tell you to go to the pound. The same block that gave you a pound. Years in the pen, now you living again. What my state are you in? When you back it for 10, and you was just waiting for a teen to come home to relive it again. Entrapment should be a sin. The way they reel us in, parole us to a revolving door to bring us in. This shit is insane. The game is insane. The game will fuck with your brain. That's why I'm out the game. Yeah. Just get out the game, man. I know they told y'all there's only 2 ways out. Jail and death. Nah, just get out, nigga. Just get out, man. It's easy. Just walk away, nigga. If they care about you, they'll let you go. If you in the game and you want to go and get a better life, and they won't let you walk away, what do that say? Get out the game, nigga. You want to sleep easy, nigga? Look at these rap niggas, nigga. You want to be the next rapper, trapper, clapper, federal indictment rapper, huh? I keep telling y'all niggas, man, get out the game, man. Joke no joke. Grego, you already know. The beast is chemical, baby. That's why I'm out the game. They counted me out, 'cause I didn't wanna get down. Niggas talking about God there. What God? What God are you talking about? Say his name. This nigga went Eric Benet. Now the baddest girl won't show her face. You know your ass in the way when she show up to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And you ain't even say her name. Lame, you better say Dame. In the streets, we call you roadblock. Nigga, you shot. Nigga, you block rocks. Like when Chris was about to pop. Like MJ moonwalking like Spock. You abuse your power fast. You killed the thought that's black.
Jay told me in no certain terms that, you know, no rapper can really afford to look bad in front of him. So it's almost like we gotta blackball him.
Shout out to Jay-Z for seeing the big picture here.
Yeah, and it was a hard pill to swallow.
Tariq, you kill the weeds, not the seeds that grow the trees. And as long as you alive, Dame should have a milli. Fuck you mean bleed. Nigga, don't get me started. You know I'm retarded and lion-hearted. You flipped on your peeps for those peoples in them white sheets. Like you pro-black. We pass nil and how you shit on cap.
Did you kneel to what you stand?
What I what?
Did you kneel to what you stand?
Okay. I think we passed kneeling.
Nigga, you got the check. The pros went back. And that's no cap. Leaving cap. With no salary cap. Your son said you his dad, and you never threw him a pass. Watching his siblings in the stands, say lips, say no, say hands. You say the kid is not your son, they call you Hov, it must be immaculate conception. This go out to all the PJs around the world. Either war.
Nah, way back.
Sound
back.
Niggas and Ghana. Yeah, let's go. Joke, no joke. To all the projects in the world. You. niggas a dose or crack. We feed them too, we don't pump like that. Plus it's like us, giving back. And they sales is the reason why we got so many packs of chicken. The hood not missing. Muslims said don't put pork on chicken. They got on Al about that, they thought he didn't listen. He wasn't been touched from them government missions. But they forget that when they bite that chicken, this is when the players get knocked, cause it's hot out. The sexy show out, glowing with the back glass on the mouth. She see you with the next chick, then she dumb out. Hustlers dumb out, just for nothing. Bustin' for attention, just dumbin'. Cause we know y'all ain't bustin' nothing. You ever been to a project barbecue? Kiss sprinklers, deep thinkers, playing chess. My head's on your left, blowing gas. My Puerto Ricans playing handball. Miguel and Heck on the court. Niggas wanna be like Mike. Life's a box of chocolates. You're out in the pipe, playing the bench. Kids on the fence, watch your popo, chase Prince. Don't dismiss your brethren for dumb shit. Keep it gangster, them shit where you live. 12-1 right up in your crib. You never been nowhere, where else could you live? What's that? That's gangsta boo coming through, throwing it up, fucking his muffler up, scraping the concrete with Willie so sweet. He got his scores by the chief of police from 233rd, Laconia to Gun Hill Road. Got knocked, didn't tell like Joe.
Period.
Okay. Choke, no joke. You know what it is. Yo, y'all niggas better stay DL. Down low. Stop flossing, man. You just want them to just come and get you? Learn from our mistakes, man. That's what this is about. Learn from mistakes. Choke, no joke. Let's go. You already know. Make it low, let's go. My aim was enlightened, drop jewels on you. You thinking I'm jealous, I ain't got cheddar like you. I'm the dude to a game, you got school.